I'm going to start with this. Give my queen some air. Give my bishop some air. And, wow. Okay, well, I'll consider g3, certainly. And, well, first off, let's try this one. Bishop f2. Throwing a punch at a7. Threatening to win the rook in 2 moves. So I was going to say, I need to clear out 4 pieces before I castle kingside. Yeah. And would I really want to castle queenside? This guy is bound to give me some problems. Okay, that has been stopped. This threat, I thought better was knight here. Now how does he develop? And this weakens this light square diagonal. Decision time. Yeah, I thought knight develop was better there. I'm thinking about knight b3 or g4. Not sure. Let's go with knight out. Get some more development in. Maybe I get my other knight right here. Castle queenside. Yeah, and you know what? I might want to get a little bit more out of my g-pawn. g3 says I'm helping my bishop. g4 says I'm helping my rook, my bishop, and even my bishop in the corner, and my bishop on f2, since this move is maybe still available. So certainly more aggressive. Ooh, okay. Well, do I want to keep my pawn? Or do I want to defend my pawn or take? Maybe I just want to go one step. Sorry about that. Little cough in there. Knight c3. And queenside castle is looking more and more appealing. Now that stuff is going to open up on this side of the board, I think this is going to be a safer home for my king. And when I do that, he'll stay on c1 and he'll just be playing here. Okay. Let's get another knight out. I'm fine with any bishop takes on my knights. Just, yeah, I'll just be fine with that, I think. I'll want to consider, if bishop takes knight here, I'll want to consider taking away from the center, as taking like this is a bit too weakening. Maybe I don't even need to declare my king's intentions just yet, though again, I'm certainly leaning towards the queen side. Ooh. Hang on. Yeah, you know what? My opponent has made one developing move. I have a lead in development, and with this next one, I can, well, I'm developing, no, I don't know if I could call it developing, but I'm throwing a pawn in the center with tempo. Queen takes a6. Thank you to Magnus McDuck. I saw that pop up there. Thank you for the subscription. Queenside castle. Pawn push is also a threat. Yeah, pawn push is also a threat. Because this bishop, the door will be slammed on the bishop if this is allowed. So I don't have to take right away. I'm winning material here. I don't know that there was a great way to even defend that. Right, if this move I could have considered bishop to a7, so I think I take first. This is going to be really bad news soon for black. Yeah, really bad news. Knight block is a must, otherwise the knight drops. On knight block, I take with the bishop, and then I'm back on with the serious threat. Oh, that's big trouble now. That's a free knight. Check. The rook has to go back, and I'm going to go back here. I'm going to take here no matter what. Okay. Knight's pinned. And I'm up a piece. I just want to get my king castled. And this should be a smooth road to victory. Okay, that's weakening this guy here. I'm not even going to take him, though. I just want to get developed. Complete development. and get this rook doing something. Rook to e1. Guess I'll give a check. No, let's grab this pawn. And then maybe come back here with check, induce e6, and then finally drop back somewhere else. Alright. e6. I guess it's helpful to the queen. Alright, yeah. Bishop back here, or keep the pawn in a pin. My bishop's vulnerable on this square. Bishop takes here is happening soon. I'm on that pawn twice. Now I'll just take it. Alright, let's take him out. Now I have moves like this. Pawn takes, I'll just recapture. My rook will get very active. And he's vulnerable as well. Knight here is also worth considering. Knight to d4. Let's just attack this pinned piece. Knight on b6. It's all locked up. I think everything is really pointing back to this knight b6, this b6 move instead of knight to b6. Yeah. Okay, let's get here. My rook isn't doing anything. This is maybe a threat to place f5. And I don't know that I need to do anything with my knight. Rook takes. Rook takes. Rook here is a serious threat. And, oh, there's even this... Okay. Oh, this is big trouble. The queen has to block. I even had these ideas of knight takes, rook takes, queen a8, rook block, and queen takes c6. Something I didn't consider at all. The queen's going to be gone at that point. Alright, good game. Let's go back. I think this is just a very early decision with b6 that really made it problematic to get the rest of your pieces out. Really a unique setup here. Usually, well, not usually, but there are many positions where just after a handful of moves, it'll start to look something like something we're familiar with, like a Sicilian or an English dragon. But with these knights placed how they are, it's hard to imagine that happening. But anyhow, okay, with this configuration, I don't really see that showing up. Yeah, this right here, I think you have to throw your knight out. This is way too weakening. Without any fear of doubled pawns. That would be super helpful. So if that was one of the reasons why you wouldn't want to play knight to b6, know that it's fine. Knight b6, bishop takes. You take towards the center, and your rook is going to have some nice play over here. So knight b6 is going to be better. And now this is just wide open. It weakens your light squares, right? And this is where it really went downhill. As soon as I got my pawn rolling, I could have even considered this right now to push my pawn just to get my queen here. It's just way too weakening, and it could be very difficult in the game. It was certainly difficult. These light squares got pounced on. I think at the computer, if we throw this position on some computer, it would already be reading that white is flat out winning. Just too much development, too many weaknesses over here. It can happen that quickly in Fischer Random, this setup here, because now where's your knight going to go? It's not just about weakening the light squares, it's like, well, where's he going to go now? You need to move this guy, that's more weakening moves right next to your king. You need 4 pieces to move before you even think about going on the king side, which, after g5, this is now a not so great home for your king. You really had to play as far back as move 2, this knight b6 move. Instead of b6, it was just way too weakening. I was able to get into the light squares, grabbing a pawn, getting into the light squares, Knight would have to block here, but it's still going to be a tough road ahead if he went in that direction. Okay. Good game. Let's close out of this.